So I saw the whole story about what was going on with Colorado, and this morning I got a few thoughts down, but then I started to really think about, no, let's go through the full ramifications of it one more time. And I started to really think about this, like, one, because there was no criminal decision at all about insurrection, and that actually even a number of the criminal decisions that were made about January 6th people are very likely, there's going to be a lot of these people, it's going to be turned over. Trump is going to have to pardon a lot of these people because it's just this is just way too outlandish. And but really, one of the things I see, what we now know about the attack on Gaza, or the attack for, the Gaza attack, is that this was something that was rumored to have supposedly been something from three fronts, but only one front it happened on. So this is now lining up. If there were three fronts it was supposed to happen from, and it was all going to be these various Shia militias. It might also be Sunni militias. I wouldn't, if anybody could clarify that for me, there was both Sunni and Shia militias, but I thought it was Shia militias, but maybe it was an alliance. Together at last. So, okay, so follow me on this. If only one of the three fronts is what supposedly Gaza was, so only one front gets opened, they supposedly knew this whole operation was going to happen, but only Hamas jumped the gun. So hence the surprise. So then I started rolling through this. I was like, wait a second. So then you get the reaction, and everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe the Israelis are doing these things. Well, now here's the thing. I want a lot of liberal Jews to start really thinking about something. All this lawfare, isn't the world attempting now to stack up a bunch of legal charges against Israel? I want you to just start thinking, run the word lawfare through your mind, think of what's being done to Trump and to people, all these other people. Remember, they're just trying to find a crime now. For Trump, it's now just a matter of they're trying to find the crime. They have the man. They've done this to Giuliani. They've been doing this to now all the people around him, trying to bankrupt them. So just think about this. What would they have done to you if you didn't say, my people shouldn't do that kind of thing? Because it's not wouldn't. No, they did. They reacted. And they've been flattening Gaza. So, what if lawfare had been turned against you and your people because of what they've done? See, no one really wants to think like no one wants to think about the monster that's said not to exist. There's always something that we're denying exists, but we know it's terrible. We know we don't want to talk about it. Because just if you talk about it, the demon becomes real, it gains power. Liberal lawfare, and the fact that liberal Jews are often behind liberal lawfare. So what if it was suddenly turned against you? You and your people, look at what you did to the Gazans. How long would it take for them to figure out how to get in your pockets? How to start maybe accusing people of dual citizenship of things? Remember what they did to Ethan Klein and his wife. And they were his fans. They were his fans. And they turned on his wife first chance they got. She was in the IDF because she was an Israeli. As he looks in horror, as all of these liberals are now telling him what liberals really think, what the leftists really think of Jewish people. And that's the whole game right there. See, now it's not funny anymore. Now this isn't snickering behind your sleeve at the misfortunes of Giuliani. Oh, ha ha ha! Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have been Rudy Giuliani then, Giuliani. Ha ha ha! It's not funny. When all of a sudden you think, wait a second, they have ample reason to come after me. See, the beautiful part about the why I'm doing this is because I know there's a lot of Jews out there that you don't have a sheep's head on your shoulders. No. You know this. You know the score. This is why you're playing so dirty. That's why you play so dirty. This is why you do so many of us who are on the right so fucking dirty. This is why you've been calling out the ADL for decades. The ADL's practically a criminal organization in itself. It's really almost an extension of Jewish organized crime. And a lot of you, I've been to Israel. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. If you really think you got me dialed in. Yeah. How many of you own a or multiple volumes of the Zohar? So you can know more about what Jews think. What are their beliefs? Because you're Americans. I should know something about you. So it's real fun right now, probably, for a lot of liberals to be giggling about this. But I think a lot of you liberal Jews, you need to start really rolling this over in your mind. Because this was the judiciary now is a weapon. Now you can stack up your judges and you could just collect money from somebody. This person doesn't even need to do anything to anyone. They don't even need to commit a crime. You could just say, oh, there's a bunch of women who say you did something to them. Oh, look at that. A judge found that because you can't prove exactly where you were at this exact moment in time with documentation, summary judgment against you. Guess you owe everyone money, like Alex Jones does. Oh boy, can't have you just making money. I mean, look at the kind of guy you are. Look at the things you've done. Well, looks like we're going to have to figure out a way of making sure you can't be on YouTube. Yeah. Lawfare won't be fun when it gets used against you. And they're going to. No. Oh, no. No. You haven't won. You haven't won in Gaza. You have just started. It's just started. And those of you who know the score, you know. You know how dangerous the alliance you made with the left, thinking, we'll teach those stupid Christian Gentile dum-dums. We'll teach them. We'll show them who you can make Jew jokes online about. And then you came to find out, well, okay, these guys like telling jokes, but they don't like really beating people up. While the left isn't funny, and they do like beating up Jews. Let me see. There was something that I realized, I'm going to have to, it's time. I've got to take my little walkies and do my little readies. But it's about time for this. I think it's about time that I really make sure that I know what Karl Marx taught his followers about the Jews. Just the intro with a few choice quotes. A whole page of choice quotes, actually. Whew. Based. Karl was a bit based, as they say, as the young folks say. So, good luck. Good luck. I really mean that, because I don't know, So many of you are more about no way than Yahweh. So, or you do it your way. Oh, there it is. Thank goodness. I was wondering. I swore I lost this thing. My St. Benedict's medal. There's two items I have that really, really, really have an issue with misplacing, and if I don't have them on me, it's there's some of you Christians who you'd be like, no, that's a good thing, but there's a lot of you who are like, dude, it's a little superstitious, don't you think? It's like, I can't lose it, I can't misplace it. If I don't see it near me, I get very uncomfortable. I don't exactly know what's going on with it, but that's how I feel. So I just really wanted to touch on this, because there's this was just one of the many attempts that's going to be done. And then when Donald Trump gets reelected, and then it's just going to be this constant thing. And a lot of you who are Jewish, I'm sorry, it's nationalism or good luck. You're either going to be down with nationalism, or good luck with the blacks. Good luck with the Islamic blacks. You're going to need that dead-eyed motherfucker from the ADL try to talk Charlemagne and his lot into not believing in the 120 lessons, and for those who don't know, you don't know. Skipping their 120 lessons and believing in that they need to help the next man, the hat man, the hat people. So I'm sorry, this is it's going to be bad. Nothing's going to get better. 2024 is going to be awful. It's going to be absolutely awful. I had a few moments ago, I just had one of those moments, and it just broke my heart to see somebody actually Gen Z break down in front of me, where I'm like, oh my God, like you are breaking down. Like you really are about to curl up in a ball and just break down right now. Now, as somebody who buried their whole family by the time I was like 25, I was just like one of these things of like, I know that you got to do that on your own time. You can never show people you're weak. You just can't. The world's not made that way. She's not my woman. I just had to sit and watch this girl fucking break down. I'm not a woman. She's not my woman. Everything's going to get quite worse. And then one of the reasons why a lot of you liberal Jews, I highly recommend you just deal with nationalism as the future, because we're throwing all these illegals out. That's it. It's a holy cause, and you're going to be down with it or not. And this isn't going to be funny anymore, and it's going to be a major divider. I wouldn't even be surprised if this results in people doing like the T word, and it won't be us on the right. And so a lot of you're going to have to start making your decision, because a lot of you with this idea that you just keep thinking if we just keep sticking it to the fucking Gentiles, eventually they'll just stop. Eventually they'll just yield, and we'll just, the world will be Amsterdam. The world will be junkies and pot and whorehouses. Even though, from what I understand, Amsterdam is no longer into the horrors thing as much as they used to be. No, it's the Israel being a party, 24-hour Jewish rave, just a awesome. It's all Yeah. It's going to get worse. And remember, what are you going to do? Depend on the blacks. Joy Reid, that black chick from The Hill. Who's on your side? The guy with the Zohar? Who's been to Ramat Gan? I danced at the Roxy. Now there's some of you who you might be like, oh shit, the Roxy, that's a long time ago. Yeah. Or are you gonna trust those blacks? Trust their Ikhwani. They're Ikhwani, yes. They're all brothers and sisters now in the fight against who? In the war against who? Now who are these allies in an alliance against? Well, I guess we'll see.